Greetings, YouTube. Danny Staten here for the Day Dan blog. And here we go again with another Dracula comic book from the Captain. This guy really likes vampires a lot. And he has a Dracula fetish, apparently. My friend the Captain. Let's check out another Dracula book from the Captain with a really great cover from what I see. Guess what? It's a #1 too. But this one comes from a company called Topps. Topps Comics. You know, they used to make the baseball cards back in the day. I don't expect this book to be real long. Topps are known for having very few pages in their comics. They're really short comics. But we'll bust it out the coffin and have a look at this sucker. Well, I got that bad top sucker out the coffin. I'm checking it out. I like the art in it a little bit on the front. I looked through the book a little bit, and guess what, YouTube? You're not going to get Jonathan Harker and the Dracula story you're familiar with. This is something different. This is the Dracula Chronicles. And apparently, it chronicles before all that. Back in the day. Back in the 1600s kind of the day. Well, check this out. Oh, Topps, I am digging his art. I am digging his comic book. Check out this Dracula. I am Dracula. Oh, he's a bad mother. Oh, that's a great little piece of art with some very good colors in it. This is going to be a way different looking comic book than the rest of them, I think. Check it out, YouTube, how the colors just seem to jump off the page at you. Like a movie, kind of. Just very brilliant colors. And it starts off with the Dracula babies. Well, it really is chronicling his life. Captured by the Sultan. Made little vampire bitches. Oh. Yeah, since I'm on YouTube, I skipped through all the child sex scenes. Oh my God. It's really bad what happened to little Dracula when he was a child. I got him up into the teenage years and let you saw a little battle going on. Y'all know the story of Dracula. He was, as a child, him and his brother were kidnapped by the evil Sultan, sexually abused and tortured. And Dracula escaped, but his brother remained in the custody of the Turks during this brutal crusade and war. I think it was in the 1390s, maybe. I'm not exactly sure of the date. 1392, I think. You have to look that up. Crusade days, you know, old days. You really want to kick in the ass? I'm not even sure that this book's going to go vampire-y. Because I hadn't even seen that sucker get bit by a vampire or nothing yet, you know. Is he just automatically a vampire? No, nothing like that's happened in this book. So, mostly it's just been him fighting Turks and swords and stuff. Get to this little scene, but that's the only witchy stuff in the whole book. Is this stuff. Like druids, maybe? I will point out that whoever did this comic book did know that comets are a bad omen. They've always been a bad omen. If you look back in history, comets have always been a bad omen. So, you get a comet, you're going to get a vampire, I guess. Really? No. Not a vampire, but that's an interesting touch. Don't you think? YouTube? Interesting. Woo! If you like Christians battling Turkish soldiers and lots of swords play, this book is the book for you. Personally, I like a little vampires with my Dracula tales, but I like the colors in this book, and it seems to jump off the page at you, like a Pink Floyd concert should. You should watch that video about that comic book. You'll find out how I feel about black and white. But this one, the colors jump off the page, and I'm finding it really cool, at least in the colors and the story. I'll be glad when somebody gets bit by a fucking vampire, though. I really will. You wouldn't, you know, YouTube, it's down there at the end of the book, and the sucker finally fell down in battle. And I think somebody might be going to bite him on the ass here in a minute. Really? It took this long. Down near the end of the book. And by the way, it's a lot shorter book than most books because it is a Topps. It's got like a third of the pages as a normal comic book. Well, he fell in battle and some schmuck bit him. So does that mean he's a vampire now? He's looking kind of evil with red eyes, but I'm still not seeing no fangs. And it's about to be the big finish here. So I'm expecting a little more than I got out of this book. But I really was shocked it went so far back. Most of the Dracula books you see start with the Jonathan Harker and all that good stuff. The England and, you know, even the original Nosferatu started with that. And you get the way back look. I've only seen one Dracula movie that even came close to showing this old stuff, and it really sucked. So I give it this one. This is a pretty good look at the pre-Dracula, before vampirism, and what led up to it in the #1 issue. That's a pretty good job. And YouTube, this is the last page in the book, and I really just don't get it. I guess Dracula rides off into sunset with his cape of flapping. You never saw no fangs. You never saw nobody drink blood. And what, the people just naturally terrified that now they know what's going on? This was more of a sword fighting book. This was more like, I don't know, Dungeons and Dragons maybe, than a vampire book. But okay, I'll give it. Dracula the Chronicles starts before he was a vampire. I wonder if in one of the later issues he winds up being an actual vampire. And if you want to order the X-Files trading cards, this will probably be the place to do it right here. Yep, it's on the back of the book, see? You probably have to use your American Express card to do that. Huh, oh well. So, YouTube, that's my look at the Dracula Chronicles. Chronicling the young life of Dracula before he became a vampire. Actually, in this whole first issue, he gets bit once and never bites nobody. So, there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Captain, and I will go through the rest of your books. That's what I'm doing this week. I'm reviewing the Captain's Vampire Comics. Thank the Captain for me in the comments. This is Danny Staten. Say like, subscribe, and ring the bell for me. Blog over.